real estate has proven to be one of the amazing investments that has turned people into millionaires and billionaires over time. But on the flip side, we would not neglect the experiences, some horrible experiences some investors have faced investing in real estate. A lot of people have gotten their fingers burned because of real estate. And today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic in our TPL series. Ensure you stick around and don't miss any part of it. So you're welcome to another beautiful edition of the TPL series. My name is Oyechi Wilson, and don't forget, I said today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, something that has been like a nightmare, something that has always scared investors. A lot of people want to invest in real estate, but they are scared. So today we'll be talking about real estate scams in Nigeria. A lot of investors have been scammed. A lot of people have been scammed. Like I said, people want to invest, but they've gotten their fingers burnt. And I am not the only one here. I have amazing guests in the studio today to help me, dissect this topic, and so that you, as a smart investor who is, trying to invest in real estate, will understand, will clear your doubts, so you know what to look out for, so that you don't fall victim to the scammers. I have the two amazing consultants and real estate consultants. They've been in the industry. They understand these things. They've seen firsthand experiences about scammers in real estate. So I have by my side, I have Mr. John Randy Obu, the corporate chief operating officer, ThankGod Properties Limited. So you're welcome, Mr. Randy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Also, I have here Ms. Amarachi Best. She's the chief marketing officer for ThankGod Properties Limited. You're welcome, Ms. Best. So I welcome you all to this beautiful edition. Good to have you all back. So we're talking about real estate scams in Nigeria. You and I know that in the industry, when you mention real estate, some people are already scared. They're like, I don't want to be scammed. These people are scammers. We see them on the internet every day. So this has been a huge topic and a huge nightmare to people who want to invest in real estate. So it's good that we talk about this thing. It's good that we educate intended investors about this thing, so that they know what to look out for. And we will not also negate the fact that we've had a lot of people have been scammed in real estate in Nigeria. So let's just have a conversation. And I just want to urge you, the viewers, to have an open mind to learn. So I'll start with you, Mr. John Randy. Can you just tell us some of the scams, real estate scams you've seen so far in Nigeria? I know there are lots of them, but just pinpoint some of the real estate scams you've heard about or you've experienced in Nigeria.
Good day, viewers, depending on where you're watching from. I don't want to say good morning or good afternoon or good night. I don't know the time you are right now, but to respond to your question, thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate. But personally, I've not, like when you say scam, it's a big word. I know what I understand by scam. Scam is when you tell people's lie or maybe false story or maybe promise them what is not achievable, and you take their money and they don't get their money back.
Okay.
That is what I understand by this word scam. So when you say real estate scam, I don't think I've had any experience where somebody was scammed or maybe people were scammed or something. When you come to real estate, I know that there are challenges that come with doing business. It's not just real estate. Doing business in Nigeria, in Africa, there are a lot of challenges that come with every sector. Real estate also have their own challenges. They have their own downtime. Okay. But when you say scam, it's a big word.
So are you saying,
I don't think I've seen anyone.
You've not seen, or it has never happened in the real estate market in Nigeria, that people have been scammed? Because these things we hear of them every day. We see them on the internet. People are agitating. So there's something that must have made people to say, no, I don't want to venture into real estate because we have lots of scammers. It's like you've not experienced.
No, I don't want to say.
It has never happened in Nigeria.
It's not in my place to say it has never happened.
Okay.
But I'm on the opinion that I have not seen.
Personally to him.
Yeah, I've not seen. The reason is because I've heard stories.
Okay.
Some of the stories are fly on the internet that have been scammed. They are not scam. For instance, you meet a company, maybe SYZ company that are into properties, and you bought the property from them. At the end of the day, maybe you've not gotten your property, or maybe there is no property, and you say you have been scammed. I don't want to believe that is a scam. I want to believe that that's happened to somebody that have refused to do their own due diligence. Because if you tell me that you have a product you want to sell to me, okay, I want to be like, where's your office? I'll come to your office. Where is the property you want to sell to me? I'll go for inspection. I'll ask. I do my findings. If I'm not satisfied, you can even go to the point of maybe if they show you a land that you are not convinced, you can say, okay, you have to take the coordinate of that land, take it to where you can go and search if the property is legit or not. So when people fail to play their own part or to do their own due diligence, they will not come on social media and say they are being scammed. Personally, I've not had such experience before, but I heard a lot of rumors, stories flying all over the internet. So I'm waiting to see somebody that says, okay, I have been scammed. I want to have a conversation with such person to know their experiences. I will now ask them some questions.
Okay.
That's for me.
All right. How about you, Ms. Will? Have you heard or can you tell us cases you've witnessed or you've heard so far about scammers in real estate?
Okay, the truth is the fact that we can't take away the fact that some persons have actually gone through the experience. Some persons have been scammed. And I've actually been it from a personal aspect. It was happened to someone close to me. Yes, he did his diligence. He did one or two things. The land he bought belongs to this person.
Okay.
It was the right documents and everything. But after a few years later, some set of community started agitating for that particular land.
Okay.
The document is real. It's not like it's written in this other man's name and he transferred ownership. You saw that the document, the land is still his land.
Yeah.
But they're still in court for that case. And that he definitely will win the case. But
will you call that a scam?
It's not.
That's not a scam. That is the point I'm saying. No.
Yes,
What I mean by scam is when something is not real, something is not legit, and your money has been taken for it. That's why you can call it a scam. This one you're saying that is not a scam.
that is actually one
The land is real.
In the sense that now there is a community issue happening in that particular land. The owner of that land now is not taking responsibility.
Yeah.
You understand? And he didn't tell him that there's an issue happening in this land. So now he's not paying extra money, you understand, for what he won't have paid. Yes,
That means the client didn't do his own due diligence. Well, it wasn't
She said that the client do their due diligence. What I see in that, do you know why I say it's not a scam?
Okay.
What I sense there, that's why we always advise people to buy land from a real estate company. Now, if some person will come and tell you that no, real estate company is expensive, I want to buy from a community person. Now, a community person that sold land to you can sell that same land to 5 different individuals. You people will go and fight for the land in court. But a reputable real estate company cannot allocate single plot to 2 different individuals, except there is a mistake or maybe there is a mix-up somewhere. So that's why we encourage them to buy from a reputable real estate company. Because if you're buying from individual, now, for instance, that you meet, I don't want to mention name, but you meet somebody that has land, person needs money. Person now tell you that this land, I want to, like they call it distress sales. The person will now sell it at a cheaper rate.
Yes,
below the market value. Now, you will not happy and buy the land. Now, some persons will be lucky, the land will be genuine, they will not have any issue. But what if you are not lucky enough to meet the legit one? Now, you now started going from court to court for a land that you're supposed to buy legally. Now, the person that sold that land to you need money. Distress sale. Below the market value, quite all right. After 1 month, after 1 year, this person is still alive. You still have another financial challenge. The land is there, dormant, you are not using it. Person can still say, I am the rightful owner of this land. He will resell it to another person. Before you know, this same land has been sold to 5 different individuals. That's not a scam. That is because you have decided to buy from an individual because you want something that is below the market value.
But
like they always say, it's too. It's not.
There's no, it's still scam, Mr. Randy, because it is all under the umbrella of real estate in Nigeria. Whether it's one individual.
That's why we are telling you. It is not. You will not call selling of landed property. Now you cannot put everything inside the umbrella of real estate.
It is.
I know it's real estate.
It's buying and
Listen,
selling
no,
of
you people are not getting
property,
me.
yes.
Now, buying and selling of property is real estate.
Yes.
Now, as somebody that worked with a reputable real estate company for a while, I'm not telling them if you want to invest in a landed property,
Okay.
look out for a reputable real estate company. Don't buy from a roadside individual, because at the end of the day, you come out and say real estate people, they've scammed me.
Okay,
That
that's
is the
true.
point I'm making.
Okay, and now I really thank you very much for your opinions. It's really valid. They're all valid. But I still think, because these are people that have come out with facts. These are people that they verify their grievances, right?
Yes.
Because most of them still patronize the so-called reputable industries, and at the end of the day they didn't get what they
Yes.
bargained for. So these people are there. It's just for you to know what to look out for, so that you don't fall victim. So that's why that's going to be my next question, Ms. Best. So we know that these things exist. These things are there. So what are the red flags to look out for before an investor could partner with a real estate company or a consultant? What are those things that you see and be like, I've heard this before, I don't think I want to go that route again. I don't want to be scammed.
Okay. Yes, even though Mr. John doesn't want to see the fact that it exists.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they are not out there, but I always know that
He hasn't experienced it firsthand.
I've not experienced it first. I've heard a lot of rumors.
Okay, so just from the point where he's coming from, the truth is the fact that if you've done your due diligence extremely to the last call, you won't actually be scammed. Number one, the first thing, he pointed out the fact that most times people sell in distress sale. And when people see land that's not cheap and want to grab it, everybody wants to be a land owner. But sometimes the price of land actually make them that they keep on postponing. So when they see a cheap land, like come and buy this particular land, is below the market value. Understand? Number one is below the market value. Number two, people can actually fake documents.
Oh, that's true.
They can fake documents. Yes, they can fake documents. And when there's fake documents, the land is below the market value. Right? So this is little red flag about that, and actually make them to be scammed. So before going to get the land, even though there's a distress sale, find out the document. Yes, find out the document. If this document is real, the survey plan, the coordinates, everything, find it out. Do your due diligence. Even ask for physical allocation. Go to the land, see the land for yourself. Don't just, people actually get land, but when I say audio, they pay before they even see what they are getting. So go and see this land for yourself. See what they are saying. If this, picture can actually deceive people.
Sure.
See if this thing is real. This place is not, because people say water is going to be dry.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
For you not to be scammed, do your due diligence extremely well.
Okay, so you're saying that this you should do your due diligence. So if a company or an individual doesn't do due diligence, that's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you're presenting a fake document, this thing is just like you're generalizing it. I want you to, as a consultant, I want you to, just explain it for a layman, because how can I detect that this document is fake or real? Because you can't just ascertain which document is real or fake. How do you know that the documents you're being issued by, probably the developer or the seller, how do you ascertain it is true? Because that's one of the ways to run away from scammers.
Okay, so just like I said earlier, you definitely have to spot out a fake document from the real document. And one way for you to spot out a fake document from the real document is definitely to involve a lawyer. Yes. So you involve your lawyer, you call your lawyer, you come to the office, check out the document, and check it if it's fake or not.
Okay, check if it is fake, or so you're telling your investors to always come with a legal practitioner. It helps them make a smarter decision so that they will know and ascertain the authenticity of the so-called. So what is the role of the surveyor there? Because some persons say, oh, I can't work, because there is no way you will negate or ignore the services of a surveyor in real estate investment. It's very, very important. So what role do they have to play? Because some persons say, I must bring my surveyor to be a part of it, to ensure that these things are okay. So what is their role? Why do we need the services of a surveyor to avoid real estate scam, especially in Nigeria?
Okay, let me attend to that real quick.
Okay.
When you talk about real estate in Nigeria, it's not like you cannot neglect the service of a surveyor.
Sure.
Now, if you want to invest in a real estate, for instance, you trust this brand, you know there's a reputable real estate company. Now, you have to involve the service. If you have your own personal surveyor, it should go along with you. Surveyor is coming there not necessarily to challenge the company you're investing with. Number one, why he's coming there is coming to ascertain if the plot size they are giving to you is correct, is accurate.
Okay.
Now, after that, some surveyor can go to the extent of taking a coordinate to go and verify if this land is free from encumbrances, future issue from their client. Now, surveyor might not do a work of a legal practitioner. That's why we also advise them to come with both their surveyor and their legal practitioner. Legal practitioner should be able to spot a fake document.
Okay.
Now, your surveyor should be able to spot a land that have issue. So if you're not satisfied with the company or maybe with the individual, go with your surveyor and a legal practitioner. That, I think, it will help you. It will go a long way.
That's fine. But what I want to know is, now I'm just saying from a viewer's perspective. So how would the surveyor spot a property that is that has issues, that's encumbered, that might turn out to be a scam tomorrow? How do they do that? Because okay, just tell us so that they know what to tell this. I know sometimes surveyors, that's their profession.
Okay, let me.
What do you think? So
let me answer.
there,
let me answer you based
yes,
on the company I'm representing.
Okay.
For instance, ThankGod Properties Limited will work with one of the top surveyor in the state.
Okay.
Now, top surveyor in the River State should be able to know locations that has issue without them going to take the coordinate, because that is their field. For instance, they have dealings with so many properties, so many lands, so many locations. One of our surveyors told me before that around if people want to buy land in such location, people should be careful because the whole of this SYZ is right now is in court. Some surveyor have paid attention to that extent where they know the location that are having issue. While the ones that they are not certain about it, that's why they take the coordinate to go and check. Now, some surveyor will tell you, right now, I don't know if this place has issue or not, but there's always a way for me to find out. Let me just take the coordinate. Let me just pick up the coordinate and go and check.
That's what I want to hear.
I've said that earlier.
Yes, that's what I want to hear, because these people, these scammers are everywhere. Because I've heard stories, right? Now, you talked about your brand working with one of the top surveyors. That means the surveyor is registered.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of people that don't even have nothing to their name.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you have a registered surveyor, the person should have probably a relationship with the surveyor general. So that if they issue a survey plan, you can always go and verify in the surveyor general's office. So I've had something, Mr. Randy, where one of the people that were scammed in real estate, one he was testifying, he said that a property was sold to him, and probably, let's assume the location is just here. He didn't do his due diligence. When he eventually took his surveyor to that location, and the surveyor picked the coordinates of that exact location just to go and chart it. He now found out that it is not what it is.
Yeah,
Some persons will sell a different location to you. Let's assume the location is somewhere in Spa, but the coordinates that is written on the survey plan is somewhere else. They will tell you that your property has a certificate of occupancy, only for them to get to that spot. It is not that exact property that has a CFO. It's just the property before. So these are scams people face. So if you don't know, that's why a surveyor is not just, you are not just giving the surveyor the coordinates. The surveyor has to go there on site and pick the exact. Do you understand? So that's why they say surveyor must go there. It's not just enough to give you survey plan. So that's why I'm asking.
Now, the reason why I've refused to call it a scam.
Okay.
If you watch since you've started this conversation, I've never ever called it a scam. Do you know why I intentionally refused to call it?
They're being deceived.
No. The reason why I've intentionally refused to call it a scam, the person you feel is deceiving you might not even aware. So scam is when you're fully aware that this thing is bad or this thing is not good, and you're and you're leading another person there. Now, what happened in a scenario where you are not aware that this area is encumbered? and you own the place. Now, I've heard an issue where people want to sell their property. They tell us that this property is genuine, is free. We have gone to check. We now told them that this place belongs to SYG. They now say it's not true. We now show them the research of the check. They will now say, oh, is this true? I say at that point that themselves, the owner, they are not aware that their land is not even free. So sometimes those persons in question, they are not even aware. So scam is only when you know that this thing is bad, and now you want to take. This is when you now call it. That's why I don't want to call it scam.
The court of law to it is still a scam because your ignorance does not matter.
We are not at the court of law.
Mr. Randy, please. It's laughable to say that if a developer can sell something he or she does not even know.
No, we are not talking about developer alone. You say real estate scam, and she also said that a roadside person that is also selling land, they are all under the umbrella of real estate.
Because they're selling property.
Yes.
They are all selling property.
Now, you don't call them a developer, you call them a real estate agent. You call them a roadside agent.
They're all under the umbrella name real estate.
Yes.
Mr. Randy,
Please.
you cannot justify ignorance. You can't justify it.
In
You are
court.
selling something and you don't know that this land is actually have one or two issues. For you to have the right to sell it and to collect money,
You're a
you
scammer.
scam the
Do you know why you have?
Yes,
Do you know why you have the right to sell it? You bought this property. You have a document, a legal document indeed that makes you the rightful owner of the property. That's the reason why you're selling the same property to another person. So you're not coming now that you have a property that have a defect title. Now you just want to sell it because you want to scam the next person. Scam. People should mindful that you're using this word scam. This word is a very big word.
It's not. It's very simple because people have been.
It's
you know
a
what
big
it means
word.
to make 1,000 naira, for
Yes.
instance. Some people go ahead and make this money, and at the end of the day, they get what they get disappointed. You understand? Let me tell you something. There's no way a real estate can sell what they don't. Like, you do not make your due diligence. You acquire the property. Tomorrow it has issues, and you're claiming, I don't know. You're not fit to be called a developer. You are not fit to be called a
They
developer.
can't trust you enough.
I'm telling you, so you don't have, you can't
you-
even protect.
you
can't
did
even
not
protect
say-
the property.
Now, you did not say real estate company. Me, I represent a brand. Now, the first question I asked you guys, I said, is it a real estate company? You said anybody, including roadside agents, say they are all under the umbrella of real estate.
Real estate, because
Now,
when you're selling property, that's what
you
real
should
estate is all
know.
about.
You should know that a real estate company, a reputable one, indeed, they always do their due diligence before putting out a property out there for investors to come and invest. Those guys out there on the roadside that sell property, they don't do anything like due diligence. They will just hear this property is for sale. They will run with the vision, even more than the owner of the property. Haven't you seen a roadside agent that carries the property in his head? They will even take you to the property only for them to get and find out that this property has been sold. You say, "Oga, no verse, I know say they don't sell them."
Thank you
So
very
those
much,
ones that they
Mr.
don't do any form of due diligence.
That's true. Thank you, Mr. Randy. But let me still reinstate that
Scam.
most of those people who complain about being scammed were actually scammed by the so-called registered real estate company. So it's both ways. It's either we've gotten complaints from the real estate company and also from individual sellers. So it's both ways. So, Mr. Randy, the next question is to you. So, can you tell us some of the shady businesses, some of the shady scams these developers, what they do? Because there are some shady businesses they do, especially the so-called real estate developers. So tell us about those shady things they do that at the end of the day turns out to be a scam. Their clients, their investors say, "Oh, I was really scammed by these people."
First, you're asking me to tell you a shady deal that developers do that turn out to be a scam.
Yes.
You're asking somebody that does not even believe that there is a scam. But anyway, I know what you're saying too. Let me answer a bit. Now, every business has its challenges. There is no one businessman in Nigeria that does not face one issue or the other. I don't want to use the entire world because I've not gone around the world. But Nigeria that I know comes with a whole lot of challenges to a business owner. Now, for instance, you're selling a property. You bought this property. You chartered this property. Everything green, everything good, awesome. You started allocating the properties to your investor. Somebody can just wake up from one day and come and tell you that this property that you've already allocated to your investor belongs to me. In your mind, you'll be like, how? I've charted this property. I've gone to Ministry of Surveyor and Land in Port Harcourt, or maybe the state you are. This land is free. You can even present the chart to them. They'll tell you, no, the properties belong to me. And just because they feel they have, or they know some big man, or they know some persons in authority,
So
or
the
some
people we
connection.
call land grabbers, I
Yes.
guess.
Just because they feel like they have some level of connection, they feel like they want to fight you. And all that will be going on, your investors will not be aware. So the day everything blow out of proportion, your investors will feel like you have scammed them. Meanwhile, you've not scammed anybody. You charted the land was free. Just that some persons call themselves land grabber, they feel they have influence, they have people in authority, they are influential people, they feel like they can just grab any land they see. And you're battling with them. So at that point, your investors will not believe that whatever you're telling them at that point is real. So I think that can be seen as a scam, or maybe that can be seen as a shady deal. I don't know what you mean by shady deal, but that's one of the scenarios that we have seen. That is one.
Is that all?
No, that's not
That's
all.
just one out of many.
That is
what they
one
do.
out of many. I've also seen a scenario where you have, like, maybe let's assume you have 50 plot, maybe like 100 plot of land.
Yes.
Now you have 100 investors. Let's say you have 100 plot of land. You have over 110 investors. Now you're hoping that you're going to acquire more land in that same location. But at the end of the day, it's all business. Maybe the thing did not work out. You now have just 100 plots. And now you have already had 110 investors. Now, in the course of you being transparent in your business, you're not okay. I want to reallocate you in XYZ location. I cannot allocate you this particular location at the moment. Some investor can flame it up and see like you have scammed them of their money. So there are a whole lot. I can go on and on and on and on.
Okay.
On and on and on. There are a
these are
whole
just
lot.
some of the
Those are
shady
just
things.
some of the shady things that
Okay,
happen that
okay,
people see like it's a
okay.
scam. But
Because
it's not a
a
scam.
lot of investors have complained about the allocation thing, no allocation, and sometimes I feel these developers, they just owe a lot. And at the end of the day, they make promises that might not be fulfilled. So to the investor, they are being scammed because they don't actually get what they were promised at the end of the day. So don't worry, we're still on TPL series talking about real estate scams in Nigeria. And I hope you're enjoying the session so far. Stick around, don't go nowhere. We'll be back after the short commercial. Stay tuned.
Smart investors know the rest gems are the ones you grab first. Welcome to Sapphire Court.
Our Sapphire Court is located at Aleto, Rivers State, Nigeria, inside the NNPC estate, carefully positioned for those who understand the benefit of early investment. Great opportunity like this, don't wait for too long. The earlier you step in, the greater reward you've gotten for yourself. I'll see you there. Take care.
You're welcome back to TPL series. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the real estate scams in Nigeria. A lot of investors have been scammed. And I hope you have already subscribed to this channel. If you've not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever we drop our amazing video. So over to you, Ms. Bess. So I want us to, like, as we're wrapping up this conversation, I want you to just throw more light on this money scam, because whenever you hear real estate scam in Nigeria, the first thing that comes to mind is money. People don't really understand. It's just everywhere. That's what people keep hearing. It's very rampant in Nigeria. So tell us more about it.
What it simply means, it says that the indigent, different set of persons that are coming out to sell this particular land, the same land, to multiple people. And this is one scam that a lot of persons have actually experienced. I'm buying a land, that's selling this land to me, Mr. A that's selling the same land to him, Mr. B, and it's mostly happened sorry to say that, it mostly happened in River State. Okay. Sorry to say, it mostly happened to River State, yes, because say this is my fatherland, understand? And the brother of the person is saying that this land belongs, is a family land, and they're selling to Mr. A, and the son now want to go and sell it to Mr. B, another of the child want to go and sell it. So this is one scam that has been happening, and something that a client you should look out for, especially if you want to buy from Indigi. That is why he's actually stressing the fact that you should buy from a trusted real estate company.
Like he said it's very rampant in River State. It will show you that most people, even from other states, they complain about it in some other states. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Just because we get this family land everywhere. So due diligence. And how can we stop that, Mr. Randy? How can we stop this whole money leaks pattern?
Yeah.
It's draining. Because you can't give one person a deed of conveyance. The next time you're giving to another person,
they just photocopy it and give it to, and another client can start building.
Yes.
You've gotten the land. I see someone that's building on the land. You want to go and make one. Find another person is coming in to see that.
Now, let me come in here. Trying to stop Omonile in Nigeria, I don't want to say that it's a failed agenda. It can be stopped, but not as easy as we think.
Okay.
Because now I've had a scenario where one of our colleagues bought a land, a vast portion of land. He has sold it to his investor. He has done allocation. Like the landlord, his own landlord, he resell the same portion of land in this city that we are. He resell the same portion of land, this Port Harcourt, to another. It's not like to another real estate company.
Oh, that's serious.
The real estate company now started bringing their own investors there. When the Mr. A company has already sold it to his own investor, did allocation.
Oh.
Now the owner, his own landlord, he resold the same land to another real estate company. This one is using marketing it. Do you know that the two real estate company now, they are not having issue between themselves to know who first buy, who is the rightful owner now. To the investors that invest with Mr. A, they have been scammed.
Yes.
To the investor that invest with Mr. B, they have been scammed. But the real issue, the real problem is from the owner, is from this thing or money that people are talking about. There are some persons that believe, like for instance, we are at Rumoimoy, that believe that I am an indigenous of Rumoimoy. This land is our land. They feel like they can wake up any day and do whatever they want to do.
Are they above the law?
They are not. They are not above the law.
That controls all those things.
Remember, we are discussing real estate scam. They are not above the law, but your investor will not have the patience, the time to find out if you are actually dealing with this Omonile thing. Okay. Or they want to come, they just blow it out of proportion that you have already scammed them while you are working behind the scene to see how you can get the Omonile guys to book. Because definitely, it's just a matter of time. They will fish them out. Sure. You can meet the paramount ruler, you can meet the community leader, you can meet the CSO of the community. They will bring them to book. But the damage has been done. So then we always look out for a way to manage the damage. While we are trying to look out for the money, but it will always be there.
It will always be there. But like I said, you taking just the extra step to do the right thing will save you the stress of hot wahala or the stress of losing out financially. Yes, because a lot of people maybe already have started erecting something on that property only for you to get around. Yes. So for you to avoid all those stress financially and all of, just take the little effort to do the right thing and do this. Yes.
Is it okay for a real estate company to explain to the investors when a situation like this is going on so that the investor can be at least?
So are you asking me or you're asking her?
No, that's integrity and transparency. It's very, very important. So if you explain to them, they won't call you a scammer. If they know that this is what is actually happening and it is true, they won't argue it's scammer. But the bad thing is that you know what's happening, you're keeping them in the dark, you're still covering up. Yes. So in their mind, you're hiding something from them. if they are your clients, there should be a certain level of transparency. So that's it. So thank you all. See, this is just like we're going to have the part 2 of this, because there's still lots and lots of points to talk about when it comes to real estate scam in Nigeria. And to you, a smart investor who's thinking of investing in real estate, don't be scared. There are some real estate companies that are very reputable that will go ahead to give you that amazing property without hassle. And ThankGod Properties is one of them. So if you're still thinking of buying the property, don't be scared. We got you. Like Ms. Beth said, always employ the services of your lawyer and your surveyor, just to be on the safe side. I hope you all got value from this episode. So thank you, Mr. John, for making our time to be here today. Thank you, Mr. Marcy Best, for your time. We will see you in our next episode. Do stay well, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you will be the first to be notified when we drop any amazing content. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next video. So thank you, bye.